You're with the Eastsidaz. You guys, what happened with the Eastsidaz?
Well, the Eastsidaz we gave Trey D and Goldie Loc the name from LBC Crew. Daz gave us the name. The Eastsidaz was an alternate name that we had for the LBC Crew initially because of us leaving Deathrow and us trying to do our own thing. Snoop trying to do his own thing with us without Deathrow. We recorded our first records at a studio that was facilitated by Suge Knight and Deathrow. So
the Eastsidaz were the LBC Crew originally?
Yeah, well, not Trey D and Goldie.
Okay.
Just the name. The name was ours. What happened was LBC Crew, we couldn't use it at a certain point. Like, we did all our first stuff with Deathrow, so by us not wanting to be with Deathrow and all of our stuff, basically Suge ended up having all the rights to the shit anyway. We recorded our first songs there, everything. This was just new stuff that we wasn't really totally aware of. I don't think Snoop was like super aware of that stuff at that point. We just started recording new stuff. He wasn't planning on doing that stuff with Suge, but realistically, Suge had rented the spot, the facility that was.
Because you guys had that song that was on the movie. What's the? It was
Thin Line Between Love and Hate. We did a whole album. So the story behind that, Snoop hooked up with us. He started getting his own artists. He became, big enough to put artists out. He started planning on it. He came up with the LBC Crew, which was a group that he made up, that he came up with the name, and he kind of dynamically put the artists together, which was me, Lil C Style, and Technique. And also had a roster of other artists like Superfly, Trey D, South Central, who else? LT Hutton was a producer, artist on Doggy Style. He sings and makes beats. He's actually produced Tupac, All Eyes on Me movie. It's a few other people that was kind of in the early days with us, but bottom line, Snoop was trying to do basically his own Deathrow. Yeah. He came with us. The LBC Crew kind of got misunderstood in the world of hip hop because it was 5 of us on the first song that we was introduced to the world on. What Snoop was trying to do then, if people, it was, back then we talked about it, we did radio interviews, and you could kind of go back and dig some of that stuff up, but I think some of it was missed or either overlooked or misconstrued because Snoop had a whole roster of artists. He had a group called LBC Crew, which was me, Technique, and Lil C Style. He had Trey D, which was a solo artist. South Central, which was a solo artist. They end up hooking up doing Dropping the Bombs on the show soundtrack, that was their debut record. The next record, Trey D, Trey D debuted on 21 Jump Street with Snoop Dogg, and then him and Central did Dropping the Bombs, which was her debut record. And then the next record that Trey D put out was with us, LBC Crew. Now, mind you, Snoop is doing a great job at developing artists at the time. Trey D's featuring on this, he's featuring on this, he's getting his name out there on stuff. When we did the LBC Crew song, the Beware My Crew, we had already did almost a whole album. I think our album might have been done. Our album, if it wasn't done, it was like 80% done, and Snoop was planning on putting it out, kind of doing some shopping, letting people hear. People always on Snoop Dogg. He had already finished his, the Dr. Dre album was out, the Doggy Style album was out. Doggy Style was triple, quadruple platinum or something, and we was right there. That's exactly where we was at. What's the next stuff coming out from Snoop Dogg? That's where I was at with him. So we started doing LBC Crew. Bottom line, Martin Lawrence, who was a good friend with him, Bobby Brown, they hit him, like, we need something for you for this movie. I'm working with LBC Crew and Trade E and South Central. Let me throw one of their songs on there. And we was already going through turmoil trying to get the Deathrow, Doggy Style shit kind of ironed out. What was we going to do? Was Snoop going to do Doggy Style under Deathrow, or was he going to take it somewhere else? That was the whole thing. And then, you know, when someone is not playing fully fair and you got a platform like Snoop and you have that kind of status as a recording artist, you definitely want to have the best business. So I think that it was in his best interest to start planning to leave that situation.
So what was it like being on Deathrow?
It was dynamic. It was a lot of highs and lows. It was my first, my first rodeo with music, my first professional experience with music. I can honestly say that it was better than worse. A lot of rumors made it feel like being at Deathrow was like, some kind of boot camp or some shit.
Well, I was in the song, right?
Yeah, Easy said that. Like, I getting treated like boot
G's,
camp. Yeah. But that was a rumor. That was totally false. Like, I used to be like that kid at Deathrow right there. I used to be like Jaden. I'd be sleeping on a pillow on the floor. Like, it was non-threatening to me. As far as me personally, I didn't feel threatened. I came to Deathrow with, like, I don't know how many of us it was. It wasn't like 100, but yeah, it was a good 20 of the homies around. It might be a shabby day where it's only like 6, 7 of us.
Yeah.
But if 10 people, 20 people did something to us 7, y'all wasn't finna have a good day next week. We was bad.
Yeah.
We was badass kids. I was packing a pistol every day going to Can-Am. You feel me?
Yeah.
It was Bloods, it was Crips up there. I'm from Long Beach, but I don't gangbang. But I seen the Bloods and I know the street scene, I wasn't finna get bullied by no tough guys. I'd have blew somebody away and been in the pen right now. So all of that, making it like it was a living hell for us to record music, that's a fucking rumor. Suge Knight was nice to me. At the end, I got into it with him. I had a couple of harsh words with him. I ended up getting jumped by his entourage in like 2003 or something, but I totally understood the whole thing. It's almost like a political war. It was like, It was more politics than some personal shit. Suge didn't have shit with me. I was involved in a political war. I was with a team that left a team, that not only left the team, but helped the team become so huge. Of course his interest is there. That's all that fool wanted. But goddamn, if you have a good wife, if you have a good business partner, if you have a good friend, be a good friend back, dickhead.
Yeah.
That shit'll last long.
So why'd they jump you?
Huh? Oh, because I'm dog pound and they Deathrow and we took Deathrow. We unplugged that shit. Where is it now? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we was in the middle of a war. We leaving. We seeing who gon' survive in this war. You see who survived. And I look at like Snoop getting a star on the sidewalk, Daz being free, Corrupt being free, me, I can name all our homies. Nate Dogg died of natural causes. Deathrow didn't hurt him. You know what I'm saying? So we won the war. We won the war. Dog pound for life. We took down moguls. You feel me? And we still here rapping and rocking. So that's it. And don't get me wrong, I say it like that, like some kid shit, but some real shit is, that was our plan. You think we wanted to be dead and washed up and have Deathrow be big as Bad Boy right now or big as some company and they smashed all of us, swept us under the rug, beat Snoop, slapped him up, killed Bad Azz, come on, man. That was a real war. Suge would have washed us out if he could have. And every little million that he got, that was some dude that wanted to step on the next guy's neck to become bigger. He had them all. He had the money to pay him. He had the shit. But look, we right here. We moved strategically. We lay low when it was time to lay low. We bust guns when it was time to bust guns. We punched faces when it was time to punch faces. We rapped when it was time to rap. This how dynamic and how smart we were. We dissed fools on our records when we had to, and then we made hit records at wartime that didn't have nothing to do with them because we was smart. Because you can't just spend your whole career, your whole art. You're an artist and you're at war with another artist. You can't spend your whole career making diss records because your fans ain't gonna love it. So, yeah, we gave them hit records while we was dissing. We shut down Deathrow. We dissed most of the artists that Suge tried to bring. So, yeah, we was at war. And we sat down and huddled up, and Snoop, you know, got us in huddles, and me and some of the homies talked. Me and Daz did You Ain't Shit. We went at him.